Welcome to Ktown Connects.
You scared me.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm just doing the intro.
Kenosha, that great big busy town, right in the middle of the USA, between the New York Harbor and the San Francisco Bay. Where the wonderful East, the beautiful West, that's the right place to be from. Sing it so loud of it because we're so proud of it. Kenosha, my hometown. It could be a beer.
Welcome to Ktown Connects. First of all, we want to give a special thank you to Dakini Healing Arts in beautiful downtown Kenosha. Thank you, Stacy Anderson, for letting us use your space to record this podcast. So our goal here at Kenosha Connects is to connect Kenosha and the surrounding area to all the great things our hometown of Kenosha has to offer. Each of our episodes will feature either a local business owner, local historian, community activist, or just your local Kenosha celebrity. And I'm here with my partner in crime, Jason Hedman.
Hello there.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, Donny and
I'm doing fantastic. I'm really looking forward to today's episode.
We have a great guest today.
Yes, we do. We have Gretchen Covelli. She is the marketing director of the Kenosha Public Market. She also owns a small fair trade. Hold on, edit that. She is also the owner of Gypsy Baskets, a small fair trade basket business, and she is a local blogger.
Wow.
That is a handful right there.
That's a lot.
Busy lady, and we're lucky enough where she made some time in her schedule to pop in for the Ktown Connects podcast. Welcome, Gretchen.
Thank you for having me.
What's new? What's going on?
Not a whole lot.
No?
Yeah. Still living this COVID lifestyle.
Ah, yes, the COVID lifestyle. How's it affected your basket business?
Yeah, I'm totally on hold right now.
On hold?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit about this basket business?
So they're handmade in Ghana. That's part of the fair trade is the women earn fair wages for their work. They're given a clean, healthy work environment. We also donate 10% of our proceeds back for things like community buildings, school supplies, healthcare, all of those things that, that they need for essentials. So I started with that because it was near and dear to my heart for supporting them. Cool. And so for the most part, I worked out of the Harbor Market in town. Mm-hmm. And once COVID hit, we weren't sure what was going to happen with everything. So when the shutdown happened, all of my events that I would travel to were also canceled. Oh. So that's why I say it's pretty much on hold right now because...
Like so many other things in life right now.
Yeah.
Do you miss the basket business?
I miss it. I miss it dearly.
But once you get back up and running, you'll be at the Kenosha Public Market now, correct?
Correct.
Because you are also the marketing director for that.
Yes. So right now, all of my efforts are being put into that to get that off the ground and successful and get our word out there.
Now, for those that don't know, can you explain what is the public market?
The Kenosha Public Market is a new market. It's located between 52nd Street and 54th Street, right next to the Kenosha Municipal Building in that large parking lot there. So we have tons of space for social distancing. So it's really open and safe environment for everyone to come and shop. But the first and foremost thing that we started because of COVID again was our online store, which is called KPM To Go. So if we weren't ever able to open an in-person market, our farmers, growers, producers could still sell online and still able to make a profit.
This is the first year for the public market.
Yes.
So it's kind of tough. You had this all planned, ready to go, ready to launch out, and then...
The great thing about it is it never would have happened had COVID not hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How so?
we were able to pull this together within... like maybe 6 to 8 weeks or so. It was not a lot of time where we pulled this off. So
this wasn't hatched before COVID?
No, it was not premeditated whatsoever.
Wow.
This was all COVID induced.
Interesting.
Yeah. We were extremely worried about, those vendors and like I said, our farmers and our producers and how they were going to be able to sell if nothing was ever able to open in person. So the online store, we started reading that this was the new trend of farmer markets and So we wanted to go that way ourselves.
So you kind of went with the online thing first, and then kind of
Yes.
wow, and then okay.
And blossomed into the beautiful public market that is going on right
it's
now.
very successful.
So can we find your baskets on this?
The baskets, right now, everything is essential.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Even
still
online?
food essential. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Hopefully in the near future, they will be on there. As well as hopefully in the near future, I'll be able to sell in person. So,
I mean, that's what sells. I mean, I've bought a few baskets from you.
right.
What do you use for your baskets, Donnie?
Magazines.
Okay.
A lot of Happenings magazines go into my baskets. I use them.
That's how you go and deliver them, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I also blankets for picnics.
Oh,
Because a lot of picnics going on nowadays with COVID.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, and all that. I also bought a fan. What
Mm-hmm.
now? What's the technical term? Is this a fan? A homemade fan?
You know, it's been kind of dubbed as a hot flash fan.
Hot flash.
Yeah, it's become very popular with that, but no, it's just a fan.
Okay, it's very popular in my household.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
see it in a lot of pictures.
Yeah, it hangs in my living room. So when
and what is this?
it's a homemade fan, correct? So whenever
Explain to me, Donnie.
whenever anybody gets hot and bothered in my household, we just go right to the fan, we grab it, and we fan ourselves down with it.
Is it like a box fan?
No,
Like-
I'm sorry, it's not. It's not a box fan. Gretchen, describe this fan.
oh, you're gonna say them?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
passing
Yeah,
it off.
save it,
No,
yeah.
it's a
Handheld fan.
handheld fan.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Is it like
it's-
one of those accordion fans?
No, it's got like a handle. So basically, it's set up like my baskets, where it's grass, but it's a half moon.
Oh, okay. Like a
type
handheld
thing.
kind of
So,
wave
yeah,
kind of fan. Okay.
Yeah, but it's real decorative. They put
Cool.
a lot of colors and design into it, and then it's got a leather strap handle. So
so it's something you more hang on the wall kind of thing.
yeah, it's very decorative.
Than you used to cool yourself off.
But
right?
it is useful. It does work.
It really does. It's great. My son loves it. I just fan him, and his hair goes all crazy, and he giggles. It's a
Well, he has the best hair ever.
well, I mean, he takes after me.
Yeah, I agree.
But,
I agree.
what can I say?
Speaking of, if you need a haircut, go to Faded
Faded,
Barbershop for men.
One of our newest sponsors for the Ktown Connects podcast is Faded Barbershop, located at 2227 63rd Street in Uptown Kenosha.
Oh, that was really good.
Well, you know,
You think we just talked to him?
Real quick, what is, I don't want to bring up anything crazy, but what's the difference between the Kenosha Public Market and then the Harbor Market? Can we talk about that?
Well, the biggest thing is we are vendor centered. So you'll notice with a lot of our marketing, it's purely the vendors. I mean, that's our main focus. If they're successful, we're successful. And we want to do right by them. So we want to make sure that, you know, if you're shopping with them, you know who it is, you know their business name, you may even know them by their first name, you know, and get a more personal connection with them. So that was one thing that with my own personal clients, I had some people who know me by name, but otherwise I was just the basket lady and people didn't even know my business name. So in the past year, I actually switched it to Gypsy's Baskets because I felt it was a more memorable name, even though, you know, Gypsy is not always a very fond term, but it is part of my heritage, so I feel okay using it.
We could say that word now?
Yes,
Okay,
we can
good,
say it.
good.
Yeah, we're in a
We can
safe
say it
space.
today,
safe,
but we
safe
can't say
space.
it tomorrow.
Yeah, who knows?
But people remember it more.
Cool.
So
All right. So you mentioned your gypsy background. Are you from Kenosha? How long have you lived in Kenosha?
I am from Kenosha. I was technically born in Chicago, but we moved here right away. So
Okay.
from Kenosha,
What neighborhood did you grow up in?
Forest Park.
Oh, cool. Nice.
It's a great neighborhood over there.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. They had the Forest Park School and Forest Park Park, which always confused me when I was a kid.
I know. And we said it exactly like that. Forest Park Park. If we were meeting there,
Yeah.
Forest Park School.
Which was like blocks away too. It wasn't like right next door like you'd think.
Yeah. And we walked everywhere in that neighborhood. I mean, it was crazy, my childhood. We
Is that the
walked to
official
Walmart.
name of that park? Or is that just what we called it?
No, I think it's really Forest Park Park.
Forest Park Park.
All
I
right.
like that.
Yeah, it's not confusing at all.
No. Where are you at? The park? Which park? The Forest Park Park.
Yeah.
Huh.
So how about when you were a teenager? Where'd you like to hang out in Kenosha? What'd you do?
Oh, gosh. Okay, so I went to McKinley for junior high and then Bradford for high school. I can't even think of what we used to do. We drove around a lot. There wasn't much to do.
Yeah.
Drive down by the lake, Lakeshore Drive, Kennedy Drive.
Yeah. Trying to think. So yeah, junior high, all we did was walk around. You know, you go around, you pick up one person to the next, and then pretty soon you have a group just standing around doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a bunch of hanging out,
Yeah.
huh? That's what Kenosha is all about. Hanging
More
out,
stuff
right?
for the kids to do, huh? That's what we're kind of learning.
No nightclubs or anything?
Not
Wasn't there
at that
some-
age,
no?
God, no.
Yeah, really. I mean, I would get into what I was doing when
Well,
I
I
was
was
a
going to say,
teenager.
I'm sure parents are listening here.
Well,
we
I
want
mean,
to be.
I mean, I'll be honest. I drove around down by the lake smoking some marijuana. That's pretty much what I did in my high school years and all that.
Well, that's probably why we didn't hang out. Because,
Probably. Well, yeah. Well, you went to Bradford. I went to Tremper for a little bit, so
Oh,
we were
so
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
enemies.
Oh, you're one of
Yeah,
them.
Right.
yeah.
That's right. Well,
Cool.
but I mean, yeah. I mean, high school years are always fun, right?
Oh, yeah. They
To
were
look back
blast.
on and be like, oh boy. Yeah. Oh. So, what made you get into starting your basket business? What was like? I want to start selling baskets fair trade.
Well, I was homeschooling my kids, and so I was looking for just something to put a little effort into. You know, being a mom and staying home, you always need something to just get away for a little bit, but also to make an income. So the baskets kind of presented itself when I was searching them out myself, and then realized they were fair trade and they supported other working moms. And I thought, that's really kind of nice. And then once I realized that it would be just Saturdays at the market, that worked out really well. I'm home during the week with my kids, and then Saturdays at the market, I get some time away, I get to sell. And then from there, I started really looking at allowing for us to travel. So when I found some gardening expos and Mother Earth news events and things like that. And so we went to Missouri, we went to Kansas, Pennsylvania.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
And you bring your kids with?
kids
You
come
have
with.
a good family fun time.
Yeah, we had a good time.
So you put them to work and you go have fun, right?
No. They do help me, but
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
They were young. They were really young when we started that. So,
When you're talking about the baskets, you had like this gift basket program I read about. Can you tell me about that?
yeah. So with DKI, we kind of partnered together to do raffles. And so everybody knows about raffle baskets. And she's like, well, let's get the basket involved because, for one, it's supporting the women. The basket in itself is a gift. And so it kind of just started as this little traveling basket collecting donations or things
Okay.
like that to be raffled off. So.
Okay, so you use just one basket that you kind of gathered up, or is this a recurring thing?
Yeah, we've done it a couple times now.
Okay, because you'd think that during this time would be a good time to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, so many events were canceled. That same thing. It just kind of got put on hold. But yeah, we've done it a couple times. It really only started over the past maybe year that we've done that.
Okay.
So how did you get affiliated with DKI?
They were looking
Downtown
for.
Kenosha Inc., by the way.
Correct.
Yes, yeah, that's
For those-
no little slang terms. They put out that they were looking for bloggers, and I had blogged for Visit Kenosha a couple years back. Really enjoyed that. Being homeschoolers, I try and keep my kids involved in the community as much as I can. And so I thought, well, that's kind of the same thing, just focusing more on downtown. We were doing a lot of stuff downtown. So I applied for that. And in the interim is when Alex was kind of taking over as the director of the position. So the blogging was kind of put on hold while positions were being transitioned. And then at the same time, her and I met up, talked about blogging. And then from there, it was kind of like, well, this opens up a whole lot of doors as far as what we could do and partner. So
Cool. And I see your blogs are now published in the Smart Reader magazine.
yes.
So I see a lot of your stuff about gardens and things like that you do.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that goes along with a lot of the sustainable living, which I learned at the events actually that I would travel to with the baskets.
Yeah. And all those blogs are available at.
You can find those blogs at haptoit.com. Just go under the search menu and look up bloggers and then click on Gretchen Covelli.
Yeah, lots of stuff on there. You've been doing it for like a year or so now, haven't you?
Ah, God.
I saw a bunch of stuff on there.
It might even be longer.
Okay.
Donnie talked me into that a long.
Yeah, I did. And we're glad you're a part of the team.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
I mean,
that.
people-
But yeah, it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, people really dig it. And we give you a little cover spot once in a while too. Yeah. But yeah, that's haptoit.com. We can find you your blogs at downtownkenosha.org as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then are you still on visitkenosha.com?
No,
Okay.
that was just a one-time thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Edit that out.
they try and change them out every year, I think.
So you must have quite a garden at home then, huh?
Yes, in the past I have. This year I went super small, not intentionally, but for some reason my pH levels of my dirt were off,
Oh.
and it didn't go well.
Aw.
Yeah.
Good. I have a garden myself.
Yeah, my tomatoes are doing great.
Yeah.
Everything else just kind of kicked the bucket. So I thought, well,
So if you have some advice for the gardeners out there, it's like the fall garden is coming.
mhm.
A lot of people think that, when September hits, garden's done.
This is actually the best time to garden.
Is it?
It really is.
Right.
So what could someone start growing now?
Well, you kind of want to get your seeds in the ground end of July, so we're a little late.
Yeah.
But lettuce does really well, and all the versions of lettuce, kale, Swiss chard, things like that. You could even do, let's see, what else is there? Things that grow really quickly. Cucumbers grow real quick.
Okay.
So the more hardier vegetables,
Yeah.
things like that.
Tomatoes take a while though.
Tomatoes take a while, and
Yeah.
they need a lot of warmth, so they won't do well because you're going to harvest these. You could, if you plant at the end of July, you could harvest even October, beginning of October. Especially lately, we've had really warm
It
seasons.
seems they've been extending them again, coming in later and lasting longer.
We're like
it seems
a month,
like a shift.
Like
Shifted,
a month
yeah.
behind in seasons.
Yeah, I've noticed that too lately.
Yeah.
So you also talked about some like natural fertilizers people can use. You can use like regular like kitchen stuff or food things, right?
Yeah, most recently I just talked about that. Coffee grounds are really good to put in soil when you want your soil to be acidic.
Okay.
You add coffee grounds.
Why would you want it to be acidic?
Well, things like tomatoes.
Yeah.
They thrive in acidic soil.
Okay.
So if your tomatoes are not flourishing, add some coffee grounds. You could even save up like a week or two worth of old coffee grounds, let them soak, and then just pour that. It's almost like a compost tea directly on your plant. If you don't want acidic soil, you can crush up eggshells
All right.
if you're lacking in calcium and add those right to your plants. It does really, really well for potted plants
Yeah.
because they don't have the natural nutrients from the soil. So
So the coffee grounds you use coffee grounds that you've already made coffee with?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. And those go really well into your compost too, but if you want to put them directly on your plants, it's just another way of saving them.
Now I don't have to throw out my coffee grinds every morning.
There you go.
I mean, whew.
Do you have a plant?
Crystal has plenty of plants that
Okay.
she could be using this in.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Then you talked about composting too. I know you're a big composter.
Mhm.
Someone wants to start composting. How do they start? I mean, some people don't even really know exactly what it is. So how would someone start a composting?
Yeah,
Project
compost
of their
is
own.
just natural fertilizer. It's super simple. It's mostly kitchen scraps. You don't want any dairy. You don't want any meat in there. So any vegetable scraps, even eggshells. You can put grass clippings in there. You can put leaves in there. You want to kind of maintain a balance. So, you don't want to put huge piles of leaves or huge piles of grass clippings. But this little balance of every day, toss any of your kitchen scraps into your compost pile, cardboard, egg cartons, not the styrofoam, anything but the styrofoam or the plastic. So you just get that little balance, and then you keep stirring it up and tilling it up, and depending on how balanced it is, you can have compost in a couple of weeks.
Okay. And then you use that like as a mulch? Or do you apply it directly to the soil? Or
You want to put it right into your garden bed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And then where do you keep the compost while it's composting? Do you have like a part in the yard? Do you have like a pot that you keep in the kitchen next to the sink?
The pot in the kitchen next to the sink is for your daily scraps to go
Okay.
in. And then you want to toss those right away because they will get moldy. They'll attract fruit flies. Not good. So you want to dump those into your compost bin outside
Okay.
every day as much as you can.
All right.
But
Okay.
coffee grounds can go right in there, even with the filters. You can toss your filters right in there too. But in your yard, you want to section off just a small square.
Mhm.
Or you can get a compost bin if you want to spend money on that. But I think it's harder, actually. I prefer just a little pile, net it off.
Does it smell at all? Is it,
No.
Cool.
It's really, as long as you're doing it right. It's usually the meat and the dairy that attract the smell and flies and things
all
like that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So apple cores, no citrus, banana peels.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's already August now. So how would someone, what are some tips they can prepare to have like a great garden for next year?
Well, you could start, if you don't have a plot already picked out, you could start that now and till it up. Start getting that going. And then when the leaves fall, you would put a layer of leaves, put a layer of grass clippings as you're cutting your grass and get that soil started. But you want to keep that covered actually through the fall and through the winter, because that is actually going to help increase your soil. Earthworms, all of those nature's bugs that are going to come and eat all the, the bad micros and things in there are going to come. So that's a good way to start.
Well, I'm going to start that.
All right. I have a few. I have how many? 50 some pots on my porch.
Do you really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got it.
Just drive by his place. It's amazing.
Really?
It really
That's so
is.
cool. You'll have to send me a picture.
Yeah. So yeah, I like talk about gardens. So
Yeah, I love gardening. I always say don't rake your leaves. Don't have a perfectly maintained yard. It's so much better when it's not.
nice.
Don't spray.
You know what? I like that about you.
I know.
Yeah.
It's the lazy man's choice.
Right. I hate raking and I hate cutting grass.
Yeah.
I hate it.
You got to put them all. Keep your plants covered. Keep your garden beds covered, even if it's just like landscaping. Keep the leaves in there.
Nice. So okay, let's get a little different topic here. What is your family manifesto that I hear about?
So we usually do this January, February. You're sitting in the house. You're bored. There's nowhere to go. You're kind of making plans. It's not really a New Year's resolution, but you're just kind of dreaming of what your family can be.
Okay.
Every year changes. Kids get older. Your family grows and things like that. So we always just kind of envision what we want to look forward for the year and what we expect of everybody. So every year our manifesto changes and each kid adds in something new of what they want, but it's usually me. My kids are like, okay, Mom.
You're doing this year, and you're gonna like it.
But it's just being present in the moment. There's so many things that can distract you from your kids. And then my oldest is 16 now, and I'm still, even though we homeschooled and I'm with them so much, I'm still like, God, where did the time go?
Yeah.
So just enjoying the moments, being present in the moment, putting my phone down, having the kids put away their tablets and video games. And
That's the number one thing. You gotta do
Yeah.
that. You gotta put your phone down. And
right.
Yeah, you got to have time.
I'm almost
on
thinking that some of
stuff.
these kids are gonna grow up resenting cell phones because their mom or dad just sits there and stares at that all the time instead of pay attention to them.
I have the
Right.
same issue. I'm like, oh my God, I'm on my phone. I got to put my phone down. I got to pay attention to what's going on around me.
Yeah, and with your little
it's-
guy.
He's already reaching for my phone.
Yeah.
Well, because you're looking at it. What's so important?
Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
And
if
they
I-
learn from us,
right.
and then they're doing it.
Now, if I could just get him to watch baseball instead of Elmo, follow me in that at least.
Oh, you're foaming up over there again.
Again. I'm having serious issues.
It's an explosion.
Oh, we didn't get our noise.
So you said you homeschool. I heard you homeschool for past 9 years. You said.
Yeah.
So a lot of parents are now going to be forced to homeschool. For good reason.
Mm-hmm.
I know this could go on for an hour, but do you have any little tips that you could give to a parent that's just starting to try to figure this out?
Don't try to recreate school at home. It'll never, ever happen. You don't realize that even though your kids are in school for the amount of time they are, they're not consistently working through those times. They're changing classes, they're changing subjects. You really only spend 20 minutes on a subject. That's about the core of what you're going to get out of your kid as far as for attention span, and then move on.
Okay.
Unless they are super interested in the subject, which is something that I do allow my kids to do. If they're like, hey, I want to learn more. Great. Let's turn on YouTube. Let's keep researching. Let's find more books. And maybe the rest of the day's plans are trashed because they're engulfed in that. Who cares?
They're learning something.
They're learning, right? And if they take to it as far as a craft project or whatever, if it blows up, then I let them do that.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit more child-led where I'm letting them steer it depending on their interests. I don't take it day by day. I take it week to week.
Yeah.
So this is my schedule for the week. This is what I want to accomplish. We didn't get that all done today, but we'll make up for it in the next couple days.
So what is the typical day like then? So you have the game plan for the week, but then how does it start? You wake up your kids, say, hey, time for school? Is it...
I think get breakfast first, probably.
Oh, well, hopefully.
Yeah, we have lazy mornings.
Yeah.
My kids are not morning people, and that's probably because they've been homeschooled this whole time. So I allow them that. I don't like to get up and immediately, start reading or hit the books or
Yeah.
even, jump on my computer and start reading emails for that. I like my morning coffee. I like my quiet time.
Yeah.
So I give them the same privilege. They have it. Might as well give it to them. So they eat and then they get ready, and I don't make them all on the same schedule though, with having 3 of them, so that I give them one-on-one time.
How old are they?
My youngest is 9, 12, and then 16.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and my 16-year-old actually just enrolled in high school last year. Poor kid.
Ooh.
I know.
She got like
High
a...
school's rough.
And then she got booted back out, and everybody was homeschooling. She's
Yeah.
like, what are the odds of that happening?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so poor thing. But
Did she like it?
she loved it.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, she really loved it, and she's looking forward to it this year. She's doing virtual. She had some AP classes that she didn't want to let go of, so she decided to just stick with KUSD and do the virtual learning.
But now it's like you might as well do it now.
I know,
you
and we talked about that too, but that's where she said she's like, I don't want to miss these classes and
Yeah,
these
she's
credits.
already signed up and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's really good. She's such an independent learner and like knows her schedule, and even like through homeschooling her last year of 9th and 10th grade, she was just on her stuff on her own.
She's also a very good artist in the community
She
as well, because
is.
we're recording this at Dakini Healing Arts, and they have their alley-oop. Why don't you tell us what your daughter, she painted?
Yeah, she did the mural on the alley right outside.
But if you don't know, there's an alley in between Dakini and
The creative
Kenosha
space?
Creative Space, right on the same block that Subway is on there. And you can come down this little alley. It looks just like an alley, but all along the wall there are all these great murals going down there. It's really cool. We were out there earlier, and there's 2 teenage girls out there taking pictures in
Yep.
front of it. It was really
A
cool.
lot of people take pictures out there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a huge Instagram
And then they saw us,
wall.
and they got scared and ran away.
Sure, yeah. Well, dark alley, strange guys.
Yeah.
No, but Stacy even did some balloons out there for Nadia's birthday, so she could have her own little selfie wall when she turned
Aw.
16, which was super cute. And Stacy's theme was lift someone up. So Nadia has 2 hands, like, I don't know, coming together with waves, and it's kind of like a little Japanese theme too.
Yeah.
So really cute. I was really proud of her. She did that not this past summer, but the summer before. So she was young.
And then she also had some artwork in the Visit Kenosha contest that they had a few years ago as well.
We have always done the Anderson Art Center Nutcrackers, like the
Okay.
Christmas coloring. And so she did win that one for her age group. Again, 2 years ago, I want to say. So, and then she also did the basket logo for Kenosha Public Market.
Oh,
They
wow,
hired her
very
for that.
nice.
Yep. So the basket with the veggies, that was her. And then she's got a couple of projects in the works right now. We don't know exactly when they're gonna come to fruition yet, but she's working on a couple things.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a busy girl.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Just like Mom, huh?
I don't know where she gets it from.
All right. Well, I think we're going to take a little break here, and we'll be right back with more with Gretchen Covelli.
Welcome back to Ktown Connects. We're here with Gretchen Covelli. She is the owner of Gypsy Baskets, a small trade basket business, and she is also the marketing director for the Kenosha Public Market and a local blogger and gardener. Did I sum that all up?
The public market, which is Saturdays from 9 to 2.
9 to 2.
Located right next to City Hall on 52nd Street.
That's
So
correct.
and you do a lot of live videos.
I do. I try and go around and hit every vendor each week, so it's a nice little synopsis into what people can expect at each booth if they're looking for something. It's
So
a great-
where would they
great
find these
intro.
videos? On Facebook?
They're on Facebook and Instagram right now.
And what would they search for?
Kenosha Public Markets.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So you get nervous doing those live videos? You
Sometimes.
seem to be a pretty good pro.
Sometimes. Just take a deep breath.
Right, and just go with it.
Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite vendors down there? I know they're all great.
They're all my favorite. They're
Of
all
course.
my favorites. There's this great basket lady who
Oh,
I
yeah.
adore. I just can't seem to find her right now.
Well, maybe next year she'll be there.
Yeah, hopefully.
But what kind of food do they have there? Give us a little summary of some of the vendors.
So fresh veggies, obviously. We have Asian American Farm. We have the Zhang Family Farm, which are Hmong farmers. And then Jerry Smith Produce and Riverwood Produce, who they're all local for the most part. Milwaukee is about the furthest that they go. If they're bringing anything in that's not local, Michigan peaches or something like that, they have to list where their fruit is from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then Jerry Smith's also sells their CBD oil down there. I've been
Yeah,
seeing.
so that's summer's harvest.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's grown locally at the Jerry Smith farm, and then it's sourced locally as well.
So, I mean, I hate to compare you guys to the Harbor Market, but, it's going to happen. They have their winter plans that they've been doing for the past few years. They do the indoor market.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys looked into anything like that? Any kind of possibilities?
We are. Our president, Mike McTurnan, says we are a market that's open 52 weeks out of the year.
Okay.
And that's mostly because of our online store, for sure. But we are searching out an indoor place right now. We don't have, not sure where exactly it's going to be, but we're planning for it.
You could fit probably 4 tents in here.
I know. That's the hardest part is now we have to, on top of, having a smaller venue be inside, now we have to socially distance inside
Yeah,
as well. So that makes it really, really hard.
I bet.
Well, that's exciting news, though. I mean, you guys are trying to do an indoor market.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there'll be some spots that'll be opening up for you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What about inside City Hall? Moving down the
Ooh.
hallways down there.
Oh, gosh.
Just make sure they're not tearing the building down. when you're in there.
While we're in there?
Yeah, who knows when they're going to tear
Yeah.
that down, though, right?
3:30, we got to be up by 2.
Right, there you go. Gretchen, so like we were talking about earlier, you do a lot of volunteer work for downtown Kenosha, and you were recently voted the Wisconsin Main Street Volunteer of the Year for downtown Kenosha. What kind of honor is that?
Huge honor. I couldn't even believe it. I had no idea. Alexandria Benanti, DKI, downtown director, kind of surprised me with that one. So I was very honored because that's separate. That's separate from downtown Kenosha Volunteer of the Year. So she really threw me for a loop with that.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. So what all volunteer work do you do in downtown Kenosha?
Well, the biggest thing with the Main Street was the chalk. And the funny part about that was there was just some event like Chalk It Up or something that was going on that day. But it happened to be right when COVID really kind of hit.
You know what? I remember seeing you out by the buzz.
Yeah,
I was
yes,
picking up
that's
some
right.
food to go. Yep.
Yeah, we kept our distance right away.
Yes.
We were good. But yeah, my daughter and I just thought, well, let's go down and raise some spirits. So we just wrote some nice, fun quotes, inspirational quotes on the sidewalk in chalk. And Main Street picked it up.
Nice.
So.
Is there some kind of money reward with that?
No, that's
No?
what volunteer is.
Oh, well.
You don't do it for the
No
fortune.
money. No money. It's giving back to the community.
Well, congratulations on that.
Well, thank you.
Well, speaking of downtown Kenosha, you helped out on a lot of their other events. I know there wasn't any events this year, but last year you helped out with their beer garden and some of the other stuff. Tell us about those experiences.
Yeah, the beer garden was the biggest one.
That was a lot of fun down there.
We're missing that big time this year.
Yeah.
It'll be back again though. It was so successful. It was such a great event. It just makes summer to have it. It just feels like that's the end of summer. So, but yeah, that kind of just happened because I had a booth down there and Alex needed help. And so I just kept kind of doing what I could since I was there anyway in my booth and working. And that's kind of how that partnership all started.
How did you meet Alex, the downtown Kenosha director?
I know I just keep referring to her as Alex and I should say her full name.
That's okay.
She
said it once.
She's a friend of the program.
She is. It was the blogging that started that. But yeah, as we talked about what she was looking for with blogging, and then that's when she mentioned the potential of the beer garden, the pop-up beer garden, that they were going to be looking for vendors. And that's how everything just kind of came together on all of that. So, but from there, that's where the baskets came in, the raffle baskets. All of that was part of volunteer hours too, just going around and talking to local businesses and trying to gather as much. We had sponsors for the baskets, so we were supporting the businesses as well. But a lot of them just gave donations because they wanted to support it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Speaking of your baskets, you said you would travel to, different states and different events. What was your favorite one that you traveled to and why?
My absolute favorite is Missouri. It's the first event after winter because we go there very early May. It's always the first weekend in May. And it's a seed festival. Missouri is about a month ahead of us in planting season. They're a different zone. And so they've got all their seedlings and everything started. And so, yeah, it's really, really a lot of fun. But it's right in Baker's Creek, which is basically in the middle of nowhere. You drive down a 1-lane dirt road to get there. So I'm there pulling my U-Haul, hoping that nobody's coming from the other direction. But it's free camping out in their huge cow pasture. So it is like total roughing it.
Wow.
There's no electricity.
Ooh.
There.
I wouldn't last a day there.
My kids, well, Nadia hates it. My daughter hates it. But my boys love it. They get to build a fire and we cook over the fire and total tent. I mean, it's roughing it.
You know what? That sounds horrible to me.
It's amazing.
Is there internet out there?
No.
Oh boy.
No, there's no lights. Like seriously, you go out there and they have a pioneer village is what they created. They're also homeschoolers.
Okay.
And so it's like a whole little education of this village that they started. But as soon as everybody in the town goes home, everything shuts down. So the lights go off, internet goes bloop, and you're done.
Ugh. How do you even fall asleep without watching Netflix or something
God,
out
no.
there?
I don't watch Netflix.
Oh boy.
It's great. All the other campers, like, they're playing music and hang out, and it's fun.
So like a hippie fest?
A little bit.
Yeah. So
Well, it's a seed expo, so come on.
Right.
I know.
So what's the craziest thing you've seen out there? Come on, let's hear the dirt.
Yeah, someone took
What
the wrong
happened?
impression from me when I said seed festival. They were from Colorado, so they got the wrong
okay.
impression. I'm like, no, it's not that kind of seed festival.
So what's the craziest thing you've seen at one of these festivals? When the lights go out, what happens?
No,
It's dark. You can't see.
I know, right? You'd think it'd be a lot more fun, but it's not. It's really pretty basic.
I would just think it'd just be,
Like a rave kind of thing?
I wasn't going to say that, but...
People are waving their seedlings around.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say people are going around planting their seed.
Well,
Next subject.
Okay. All right. But, okay, where do we go from there?
so let's get a little personal with Gretchen here. We're going to ask you
let's
some
do that.
some questions about how you and Kenosha and, just some of your favorite things about Kenosha.
Okay.
You've been in Kenosha for a long time, so you kind of know it.
Yep.
So what's your favorite park in Kenosha?
Let's see. My favorite park is actually out in Bristol Woods. We always kind of ventured out there when the kids were younger because it wasn't too crowded.
Yeah.
Since then, it's been a little bit more discovered, and obviously Boundless Adventures is out there, so it's much more crowded. But it was just this little old school park where it still had the big old tall metal slide.
Oh, cool.
And, it just kind of reminded me of my childhood, so I always brought my kids out there to play. Because you got to go down the big, huge slide that freaks you out when you're 2 years old, right?
Yeah,
Everybody has to have that experience.
You need to.
So, but then they've got, across the street, there's this huge hill that I don't tumble down it anymore, but my kids do. And so that was.
To be young.
Right? Just old school, simple
Nice.
memories.
Good old fashioned fun.
Right.
All right, we got a lot of museums in Kenosha. Which one's your favorite?
Oh, gosh. The Civil War Museum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I am a big history buff.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. The big Kenosha debate. Big Star or the Spot?
Oh, gosh. I'm a big star girl.
All right. Me too. All right. You going on a day trip? Are you going to Chicago or Milwaukee?
Chicago.
Yeah. What's your favorite Kenosha pizza place?
Ooh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. It's got...
You got to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, it could change tomorrow. You never know. You
It
can.
could.
Mine changes. Mine's like
Currently, I'm a Kaiser's pizza girl.
all right. Kaiser's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as good as that Luigi's pizza you got the other night, though, right?
Sorry. We had a good order though, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite place to see a band? Live music.
Oh, Peachtree. Peachtree Music Festival.
Oh, the music festival. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame they couldn't get that out this
that's
year.
another one that's heartbreaking.
That's at the band shell there. They have
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
so
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, Bridget puts on a good show down there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did that a lot last year. I love the concerts at Hawthorne Hollow, but they only do about 4
Yeah.
a year. And last year, every single one I was out of town for the most part. But it's so beautiful. They light the candle, or they light the walkway with candles. And then you go back into this little big old opening, and they've got wine and drinks, and it's really a beautiful setting.
Yeah, I was going to go there last year to see the Dillweeds, but weather canceled it.
They canceled it.
Right, and then I just never went.
Mhm.
I mean, I'll have to wait to 2021 to go out there
Yeah.
again.
They even rescheduled, and they got canceled
Yeah,
again.
they do good stuff out there.
Yeah, they do.
All right. So you kind of touched on some of these, so this might kind of be repetitive. But what's your favorite Kenosha summer event?
Yeah, that's a big toss-up between the pop-up beer garden and Peachtree. And normally, they go at the same time.
Yeah.
Honestly, last year they were at the same time. So that was tough.
All right.
Did you hit both of them?
I couldn't because I was like so
Working,
dedicated. Yeah, I committed hours.
So okay, what's your favorite up north Wisconsin location?
Well, obviously, I'm going to be pretty generic and say the Dells.
The Dells?
Yeah, but I like to be off the beaten path. I prefer to camp, so that's what we do when we go up there. We camp, and then come into town for all the fun stuff.
Cool.
For the Ripley's, believe it or not. then you have a swig at Niggs, right?
Right.
Yeah, those are some great places up there.
Yeah.
I love the one shop in the Dells where you can get a T-shirt that says anything you want on it. When I was younger, I would go up there and I would always get a Big Johnson T-shirt. Anybody remember Big Johnson T-shirts?
Gosh.
No, is he a wrestler?
No, the Big Johnson.
There's a hidden innuendo,
right? Yeah, okay,
right?
you do remember the Big Johnson T-shirts.
We're the same age, of course.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah,
stuff.
you need to Google the Big Johnson T-shirt, Jason. You're
Okay.
gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I mean,
We'll
how could
leave
I
it at
not?
that.
Okay, all right. All right, Gretchen. Last question here.
Okay.
You're at your favorite watering hole. You've had a few drinks. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh God, I've never even done karaoke.
Oh,
Wow, never?
never.
I have
ever-
not been
wow.
able. It's actually on my bucket list because I have not been able to work up the nerves to actually sing in front of people. And I love to sing, but I get scared to sing in front of people.
Why don't you give us a little
What-
something right now?
No.
What artists do you think you might consider, though, if the time comes where you have that much to drink?
Well, currently I'm working on Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is the Sound of Music stuff? Is that what they
What
What
No,
was
it was,
it?
oh no, it was Star is Born.
Yeah, Star is Born.
Which
I'm
was
like,
a
now I'm
fantastic
blanking.
movie.
Yes.
It
Oh,
was
it's
great.
fantastic.
It was
Bradley Cooper.
It was a great remake. Big Bradley Cooper
Only
fan,
in
huh?
that one. Only in that movie.
Oh, only that movie.
Yeah, I didn't like other characters that he's played.
Hmm.
He's usually kind of the prick.
You didn't like him in the Hangover movies?
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't like.
I mean,
those
he's
movies.
funny, but I don't know.
So here's a story. I did karaoke once, and
Okay.
I'll never ever do it again.
No?
I did it at a bar called Rumors. It was located on 52nd Street in Kenosha.
It's a grocery store now.
Yes. So this had to be probably 15 years ago. They had carpet. You know, they had carpet
Oh, yeah.
in that
Gross.
bar.
I've
What
spent
bar
a few
has
nights at
carpet?
Rumors, yeah.
Jeez. Ugh,
Patios
gross.
used to.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Ew.
Carpet in a bar is crazy. And you could smoke in the bars back then. I mean, what was all in that carpet? But here we go. So I was at Rumors Bar. I was there with one of my old high school best buddies. And, you know, we had a few.
Who's this best buddy that you're talking about?
My old high school buddy Bear, that was his name. He doesn't live in Kenosha anymore.
Okay.
So we were there having some drinks, and we had a few too many. So I probably was 22 at the time, maybe. And this older lady came up to me, probably retirement age, and she was all over me.
Oh, gosh.
Very, very much all over me. And she's like, I'll buy you guys drinks for the rest of the night if you do karaoke and give me a kiss. And Oh boy, here we go.
How can you say no to
And
that?
my buddy was like, "Come on, dude, we can go all night for free." So, all right. So I said, I'll do the karaoke first. So I did a Pearl Jam song, my favorite band.
Shocker.
So I did the song "Daughter," and I'm not a singer, as you can tell. I have a cartoon voice.
Can we hear like a couple of
Nope. So I got booed twice during the same song.
Wow.
Right. So that was embarrassing.
You gotta be really awful to get booed at
the worst,
karaoke
but
night.
See, that's my biggest fear.
But
That's why don't wanna do
I
it.
finished the 3-minute song after getting booed twice.
Aw.
I didn't feel bad because
You're drunk.
whatever. And then after when I got done, the senior citizen lady walked up to me and gave her a nice big kiss on the lips. And then for the next 2 hours, we probably drank over $200 worth of drinks on that lady.
How did you not die that night?
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't
Well,
think you drank that much worth. Come on.
No, yeah, back in
You're
the day,
pushing it.
you know how I could drink.
Yeah, come on.
Two of us.
Come on.
A lot of Jaeger.
I told you a million times I'll hate it when you exaggerate.
Oh, I'm not exaggerating.
So how old are we talking here, senior citizen?
Gray hair.
Oh gosh. Does
I mean-
Crystal know?
I've told this story numerous of times. But yeah, so that's my warning. Just get that one time out of the way for karaoke. Just do it. And then you'll have a
Yeah.
story to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now there's too many cameras around and people
Right,
are,
right. Yeah, because imagine if that was recorded. Oh my
Right.
god.
See, and you can never live it down.
We'd be doing Racine Connects right now.
You'd be kicked out of Kenosha, is that what you're saying? All right.
We got some trivia lined up.
We do have trivia.
All right, let's get
We got some great trivia here.
Oh, gosh,
Donnie
okay.
is going to take on Gretchen here, and
going down.
we have
Oh boy.
5 questions for each of you. The winner wins a free unopened bottle of Lou Perini's water.
Thank you, Lou Perini's, for sponsoring us. You can go to Lou Perini's and get their bottled water, 2 for $1. What a deal!
What a deal.
I know, keep you hydrated all day long.
All right, these are all multiple choice questions. So, Donnie, you have a chance here.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right. And these are all garden related. So, Donnie, you know a lot about gardens?
I know so much.
All right. Well, you learned some stuff today,
Right,
so
yeah.
maybe something
Right.
came up in the conversation. All right, Gretchen.
Okay.
Which one of these is not a winter crop? A, cabbage, B, leek, C, parsnip, or D, tomato?
Tomato.
Ding, ding, ding. We got 1 point for Gretchen.
Good job there.
Yay.
All right, Donnie.
I'm ready.
Which one of these does not make a delicious microgreen? Is it rosemary, amaranth, basil, or beet?
B.
Beet or
Or
amaranth?
the letter B.
The letter B.
You're wrong on both. It's rosemary.
Damn it! That was
All right.
I was gonna go with that one.
Rosemary is an herb. Come on. You got to know that one.
Don't rub it in. Come on.
I know. Jeez. Well, the bit is for me to make you look good.
No,
Okay.
no. These are very equal questions here. Come on.
Uh-huh.
All right, Gretchen.
Okay.
What triggers spring? A, the vernal equinox, B, the winter solstice, C, Labor Day, or D, the cooling of the hemispheres?
I'm actually going to say, I don't know. My mind is wanting to say the winter solstice.
What triggers spring?
Yeah.
That's the vernal
I mean,
equinox.
but see, that's the very first day of spring, and spring started before that. That's when everything like sprouts, but the days start getting longer after winter. But
So
yeah,
you're
I'm
questioning
wrong.
my quiz?
I am. I'm questioning your quiz. I can debate anything.
I think I got this off of stuff you should know site, so you can write them.
All right. Well, let's just edit that one out.
No, you got that wrong. So
Perfect. I got a chance.
You're still up 1-0. Okay, Donnie.
You'll never live it down if I beat you.
I was
You'll
doing that
never
to
live
help
it
you.
down. Thank
I
you.
was doing that to help
Oh,
you.
you're
you.
so
I
nice,
appreciate
so
it.
considerate. Donnie, which one of these is true about spinach?
Okay.
Okay, which one of these is true? 3 of them are incorrect. 1 is correct.
Okay, good.
A, it is a shrub. B, it is an annual. C, it's impossible to put in a smoothie. Or D, it is a perennial.
It's a shrub.
That is incorrect. It is B, it is an annual. All right, still 1-0. Gretchen, here we go.
Okay.
How long can seeds remain dormant? A few days. B, a few months, C, 1 year, or D, many years?
Dormant, like in the ground dormant?
I think so.
I guess I'll have to say. What were they again?
A few days, a few months, 1 year, or many years?
No. I had to go with B, I guess.
The answer is D, many years.
Really?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
I guess that's how just some plants sprout up out of nowhere, it seems like.
Hmm.
They just sit there. So,
That's interesting.
I mean, I had some bean seeds that have been sitting on my fridge for a couple of years, and I grew something. So,
But were they in the ground?
no,
Okay.
they're on my fridge. Not
Yeah.
the
Well, that's what I mean. Well, you never know. You got pots everywhere.
Right.
True. All right, so it's still only 1-0. Donnie.
I got a chance. Oh, it's my first victory. I can feel it. Or tie.
Donnie, how long does it take beets to reach full size?
Ooh.
A, 1 week, B, 90 days, C, a year, or D, a month?
90 days.
Holy smokes, you are right.
Well,
Yay!
what can I say?
1-1.
I'm totally going to beat Gretchen
I know.
at this game.
I'm sure.
I have to be PC.
All right, question number 4. Gretchen, when should you plant daffodil bulbs? A, in March, B, under a new moon, C, in the fall, or D, whenever?
Oh God, I don't do daffodils.
You're the garden expert. Come on, you can't
I know,
lose to
but
Donnie.
it's veggies. It's not flowers. I don't like flowers. Isn't that weird? C.
You are right. C, in the fall. Wonderful.
All right, let's go.
So it's 2-1.
Donnie almost choked.
Yeah.
All right, Donnie. When a magnolia tree is in full bloom, what is true about this? Which statement is true? A, it's winter. B, you are in a cool climate. C, it's spring. Or D, the ground is fertile.
The ground is fertile.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It is C, it's springtime. So what is it? 2-1 here.
Okay, it's a close one.
We got the final number 5 questions here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, boy.
All right. Do you know what a camellia flower is?
No.
Camellia.
Oh, chamomile.
Okay. Which of these colors is not a shade of the camellia flower? Is it A, pink, B, blue, C, white, or D, red?
No, it's not chamomile. Chamomile's only one color. Pink.
No, sorry. It's B, blue.
I knew that one.
Oh, this is a tough one. So 2-1.
You're really digging up. You're really digging up some good dirt.
Well,
on
he
these
threw me on
trivia
that one because I'm
questions.
picturing chamomile, and I'm like, chamomile's not the
Camellia.
Yeah, I was not listening to the spelling on that.
I think it's some kind of flower.
Yeah.
All right, Donnie, this is your big chance here.
gonna
If
go
you
for
answer this right, you can tie.
Ooh, do we have a tiebreaker then?
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
Which of these is not a kind of tulip?
Oh,
A, a blue parrot. B, the Flying Dutchman. C, red herring. Or D, West Point.
West Point.
That's a really hard question.
And you're wrong. It is C, red herring. So Gretchen is our winner in our trivia game.
It's almost by default. Seriously.
That was a tough one.
That was hard.
Yeah, I was having trouble trying to find questions for you guys for this one. I was like, so I found this website. I think it's stuff you should know, and they had this quiz. I was like, okay. Well. So I went through it, and all the ones I got right, I gave you, and all the ones I got wrong, I gave Donnie.
Well, at least I got one right. Huh? All right, there we go.
Yeah, herbs and veggies. I don't like flowers.
All right, Gretchen, where can people find you?
The public market on Saturdays.
Do you have a Facebook page?
I do have a Facebook page, but I use my personal page more than Gypsy's Baskets. But yes, go to Gypsy's Baskets on Facebook. You'll find some of the baskets on there. And then pretty soon they will be on KPM To Go, which is our online store for the Kenosha Public Market. And that's where you'll be able to find most of my baskets. And from time to time, I make dryer balls when I'm really being creative and motivated. And
Dryer balls?
Wool dryer balls.
Oh.
You use them in place of dryer sheets. Dryer sheets are absolutely horrible. They're so toxic. Don't want to use those.
We have dryer balls at the house as well.
Good. I'm proud of you.
Well, it is what it is.
Are they mine?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Shame on you.
We've had them for a long time.
They're not plastic, are they?
No.
Okay.
They're wool balls
Good.
or something. And we put a little essential oil in them
That's
as well.
perfect.
Yeah.
Do you make these, or is this?
I do.
Oh.
I get wool roving from the sheep farm, and make them and felt them, and it's just a process. So I kind of go in waves of motivation and no motivation.
Oh, cool.
You know, we can also find you at haptoit.com for your blogs, and you find you in the issue of the Smart Reader.
Almost every issue she's in.
Right, every issue. You're very good in that. You can also find her latest article in the Downtown Kenosha magazine as she talks about the Kenosha Public Market, as you are the marketing
it's a great story.
director
Yep.
of the Kenosha Public Market. So I just want to give you a big thank you for everything you do for the community.
Well, thank you.
It doesn't go unnoticed.
I appreciate that.
You're a very good asset for the Kenosha area.
Thank you so much.
And Donnie, where can people find us?
You can look for Ktown Connects on Facebook, Instagram, and since you're listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast provider, and shoot us an email at ktownconnects@yahoo.com. Just shoot us an email. Tell us how we're doing, or who you want to see on the show, or whatever, right? Or how dumb I am at trivia.
Hey, I think you did really good today.
Well, thank you for that. Or if you have a trivia question for me, email it in.
Hey,
why not, right?
all right, Gretchen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Jason.
And I'm Donnie. One last special thank you to Dakini Healing Arts.
I was trying to wrap it up there.
I know. So we got to throw the bone to Stacy Anderson here at Dakini Healing Arts. Now go ahead and wrap it up, Jason.
Well, and thanks to Lou Perini's for the water.
It's delicious.
Yeah, don't forget to take your prize bottle.
I'm going to enjoy that a lot. Thank you.
Well, and I'm Jason.
And I'm Donnie, and that's Ktown Connects.
And we are keeping you connected.
I'm from Kenosha, I say Kenosha, that great big busy town. Right in the middle of the USA, between the New York Harbor